GM, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday, the 9th of December, and let's jump into Bitcoin because we've got Bitcoin pulling back currently. So we're down at 98, just under 98,500. We had a pretty strong weekly close. So if we just look at the spot weekly close, we did close above $100,000, above $101,000. So we've got the closing price 101,174. So that was a nice strong close. And to be honest with you, I am still expecting continuation. Nothing has really changed on my thesis on where I think Bitcoin will be going over the remainder of this month. I have said I think that the low for December is likely in here on the 5th when we came down and we made this wick. Do I think Bitcoin can come and trade a little bit lower? I do, but I think this market will get bought up. Certainly in the mid 90s, I expect demand to come in, and I would have thought we could come down as low as this ascending trend line here. Obviously, we had the prior trend line that we broke out, which we might come down and retest. So there's no problem us coming down a little bit lower here. I don't think this is going to result in a deeper correction. I do think that we will push on probably for one more leg higher before potentially we see a longer and deeper consolidation and correction. Obviously, there's bullish news coming out all the time in terms of the Trump administration, in terms of the latest news is that we're going to have potentially Amazon looking to discuss the potential of putting some of their treasury into Bitcoin. We've also had Michael Saylor that I believe he has done the presentation to Microsoft, but he's going to be, I think the Microsoft shareholder meeting is this week. So look, I think we've got those as factors. We've got FOMC this week as well on Wednesday. So there's a lot going on. It's going to be a big week. Expect some volatility, but I do think we probably get picked up again here. And look, as long as we can get and close today back above yesterday's close, I do think we will grind it out and attempt higher prices again at some point later this week. If we just look over at our liquidation heat map, let's wait for this to load. And this should give us an idea, of course, where the sort of areas where the liquidations of traders are. Obviously, the market does like to move to those areas. So we can see we had liquidations that did build up just below the price. Those have come and been taken out. We've got a few more appearing here down to around about sort of 97,500. So do we sort of run down closer to 95,000 and then look to turn around? Potentially we do. We can just look over the last couple of days as well. And then I think we should probably look at the weekly. So again, liquidations to the upside got taken out. Now they've been taken out to the downside. So things have reset from that perspective. If we just go back and look at the sort of 2-week view, this will sort of tell us slightly longer term where traders have got liquidations placed. So actually, a lot of the liquidity got taken out over the day when we saw the massive volatility with obviously the flush up to 105 and then the flush all the way back down to 90. So yeah, we are trading obviously within this range right now. Some build up above 105,000, some below 90,000. I think we probably stay within this range over the next few days. And then it's my personal opinion that we probably make another attempt higher. Just looking at the open interest as well, we can see that open interest on altcoins has actually really, really cooled off now. So we're back to green basically across the entire board, which is a very encouraging sign. And if we just look on the yearly view, then obviously we can see compared to where we were at the high last year, which was coming in at the end of March, we're actually nowhere near that right now. So things are looking fairly healthy, obviously starting to heat up a little bit, but no major causes for concerns. So I do think that this market will pick up. I expect us probably to make another attempt at the all-time high again later this week. Um, that's it for Bitcoin. Obviously, looking at Ethereum sort of coming back and retesting that trend line that it broke out from last week. So this is entirely sort of normal for Ethereum to come back and make that retest. Obviously, if it holds this retest, then that would be very, very bullish. And I would expect Ethereum to push on to higher prices over the next few days and weeks. Obviously, we had the weekly close above that trend line. So Ethereum's looking really strong. And obviously, I've spoken about where I think we could go from here. Obviously, we came into the 786, but I think from here, Ethereum, provided we hold this trend line over the next couple of days and start to continue to get closes above it on the daily, then a second weekly close above this would confirm it for me as a full breakout, and Ethereum likely trades up towards 5,000 over the next few days and weeks. Solana still consolidating. So Solana, after such an explosive move, is taking a bit of a breather. You can see how Solana here broke out from its similar trend line and then came back up to retest its previous all-time high. So Ethereum is still a few weeks behind Solana, but this is exactly what I expect Ethereum to do over the next few days and weeks. And Pepe, so we had Pepe breakout. Pepe new weekly all-time highs. Today, it's already made a new all-time high. So really, really bullish for Pepe. Congratulations if you are holding Pepe. If you're a follower or subscriber of this channel, you probably are. I mean, it's in my high conviction meme coin picks as number one. It's been talked about every single day on the daily GM streams. And I also put out another video over the weekend on Saturday where I talked about 5 altcoins to buy right now. And Pepe was the one. And that is obviously before this move over the last couple of days. So that video literally came out on Saturday, which was here. And then, well, I know that the price was still down here when I actually made it. So yeah, it came out on the Saturday afternoon, and literally I looked at the price of Pepe an hour later and we just completely shot up. I couldn't quite believe it. There was a joke going between some of my friends. Obviously, someone's been watching my video and decided to buy a load. So yeah, really, really encouraging for Pepe. And look, I think we probably sort of consolidate a bit more here and we make our way to higher prices. My next target on Pepe would be up here at that's a lot of zeros, but it looks like 0.40 355 area. So yeah, over this sort of 3,500 area on Pepe is going to be my next target. And just taking a quick look at traditional markets. So DXY is still consolidating, really sort of holding this descending trend line. So it's kind of making a back test, which, a successful back test here, if we do push on, that is quite a bullish thing. But I just feel like this has the signs and the symptoms of potentially a larger sort of macro reversal. Obviously, FOMC this week, so we will see how Jerome Powell will potentially influence the dollar. I think it will probably be a big week for the dollar, so maybe we get a bit more direction later this week around FOMC, but no massive causes for concern at the moment with the dollar. Stock markets obviously closing their week. We always talked about this on Saturday, but closing their weeks at new weekly closing highs. Bit of just consolidation really so far today. Market hasn't really moved at all, pretty much flat. So that's it. So just to recap then, obviously Bitcoin is looking strong, and yeah, I expect we could come down a little bit lower here today, but I'm expecting the market really to continue to show strength. If we sort of look at potentially sort of pullback targets, like I say, I'm really thinking like the mid sort of round about 95 should be strong support. We've also got this 20-day moving average as well that's coming up into play to support price too. So that's trading around about 97. So I expect probably at some point today the market does find a low, maybe not too much lower from here, and try to put in a bit of a bounce and a rally. And yeah, just looking at our wonderful path as well that we drew, which we actually deviated from and came back into. Look, I mean, you know, we've popped above this. We have eventually sort of followed it and come back to it, and I'm expecting acceleration this week, probably to new all-time highs. So that hasn't really changed for now. Obviously, we'll see how this plays out, but I think, look, as long as we're sort of above sort of like the 95, 96 area. Obviously, this previous mid-range we are talking about was just below 95,000. Then, yeah, no major worries for Bitcoin. So I do think Bitcoin probably has a go at putting in a rally, potentially as soon as later today. And yes, let's see if that takes us close to new all-time highs again or not. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, if you have enjoyed today's stream, please do smash on the like and subscribe if I've done so already. I've got to say this because, like I say, I'm trying to grow, still trying to push this channel. So yes, I'll probably be coming out with some more videos relating to altcoins as well this week. I'd like to do a more of a lower cap altcoin video. Obviously, the majority of altcoins I've talked about so far have been your more high caps, your blue chips, obviously meme coins by both large and smaller meme coins. But there are some altcoins outside of the ones I've already talked about that I'd also like to mention to you. So yes, look out for that one that is coming soon, and have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again very soon. GM.